This blender is exactly what the seasoned chef in a bustling kitchen reaches for, but it's also quietly impressive enough to shine in your home cooking routine. Reviewsinside.tv welcomes you to take a moment, because today you're getting your hands virtually dirty with the Waring Commercial Quik Stix light-duty Immersion handheld blender. This handheld operator boasts a 7-inch fixed, sealed shaft and an all-purpose stainless steel 301 blade powered by a 2-speed motor pushing either 7,500 or 18,000 RPM, depending on how fussy your creation gets. It carries you through soups, dressings, sauces, purées, even delicate salsas and whipped creams, all within a 3-gallon capacity and at a modest draw of just 100 watts. The handle's ergonomic and the lightweight build keeps you blending without breaking a sweat. Straight off the bat, setting it up is about as simple as it gets. Unbox, attach to power, and you're into operation mode. On paper, addressing everyday's kitchen challenges, you're facing off against stubborn lumps, wanting smooth emulsions, or multitasking across large batches. I put this right into the deep end. First, I blitzed a hearty potato leek soup in a 6-quart stock pot, shifting between low and high speeds to catch those last bits of leek lingering at the bottom. Then I whisked mayonnaise in a tall pitcher, layering oil and eggs and watching the motor climb responsiveness with the pulse control. Finally, I dared it with garden fresh guacamole, testing whether the sealed shaft would resist splatter and maintain smooth, chunk-free consistency. Performance? It's solid. In the soup scenario, the blade stayed submerged and whirled through evenly, thanks to the 7-inch length. Switching speeds was smooth, and the pulse function gave me control to break down stubborn bits without going too far. Mayonnaise came out rich and thick, no air pockets battling the emulsion. The guac turned out creamy with fine flecks of cilantro, and the immersion shaft meant zero mess on my countertop. Cleanup was a breeze. Where it did feel less nimble was in smaller tasks. Making a single-serving smoothie felt overkill. Motor humming felt oversized for tiny jobs. The blender flexes confidence, but isn't flawless. Build quality feels reassuring. Metal shaft, tactile buttons, venting that keeps the motor cool even when I ran multiple batches for a dinner party. Still, the 100-watt motor isn't the most powerful around, and the sealed shaft, while tidy, limits you to liquids or soft mixtures. So no nut butter obsession here. Subjectively, the handle could use a bit more grip texture. My hand stayed steady, but on longer sessions, I'd welcome a bit more tack. Let's be conversational here. It's a brush of strength that sails through soups and emulsions without burning out, with a cast iron reliability that's objectively a builder's confidence. But if you're into heavy-duty grinding or thick nut spreads, it's not your dream tool. And not because it fails you, but because it wasn't built for that marathon. Value-wise, this lands in the professional-grade immersion blender bracket, often priced above typical consumer models. But here's the thing. The Waring gives you steel components, decent speed range, and that hush of a cool motor under load. Compare it with, say, a typical consumer blender, sporting higher wattage, but plastic parts and no sealed shaft. The extra coin here feels like a smart investment if you frequently work large volumes or need something built to last under consistent use. If you only blend for a couple every now and then, the price might feel indulgent. In the world of competitors, there are more powerful or fancier immersion blenders. Some brighter LEDs, random turbo buttons, adjustable shafts, but few with the rugged simplicity and reliability this Waring brings. For the same price, you might get a slightly more powerful motor, but often with less muscle in construction or a shorter service life. Spend less, and you end up with plastic-centric parts and weaker torque. The materials suggest durability. Stainless steel 301 shaft, sealed housing, and vents that whisper, "Stayed cool." The brand's reputation in commercial kitchens speaks for itself, long-term by reputation, so you can trust it won't conk out after a few uses. There's no long-term data for this specific 100-watt edition yet, but Waring's past track record in high-use environments gives strong confidence. I didn't need to reach out for support because in my tests, it ran as expected. That said, Waring's commercial lineage usually comes with responsive parts support and solid warranties. If anything were to happen, replacements tend to be available without drama. If software updates were part of its story, we'd talk firmware. But here, not applicable. Thank goodness. This thing keeps it purely analog and purely dependable. Ultimately, this handheld champion does precisely what it claims. Tackles soups, sauces, emulsions, and dressings with professional steadiness. It doesn't try to cover every kitchen whim, but for its focused job, it excels. If you cook in batches, need reliability and ease of cleaning, and value a solid build over flashy features, this is your quiet workhorse. If your needs are smaller or more varied, maybe you go lighter or fancier. But for the pro realm, this holds its ground. By the way, if you're enjoying the show, tapping that like button, subscribing, and ringing the bell really helps us bring you more honest takes. So go ahead, help spread the word while keeping your hands clean from splatter. Thanks for sticking around. The link to check it out is down in the comments. If you've already used one, tell us how it handled your kitchen chaos, or ask away if you're curious. Goodbye till next time. And remember, every inside look gets better when we bring the Reviews Inside TV to your kitchen.